Here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. Ain't know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. To us, it's a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them our facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back. Yeah. And Ben Worthy like 42 on the Lakers.
And once again, it's on. You are now rocking with the best. We are, well, tonight, I am. The Politics as Usual NBA podcast. Please, please, please make sure you follow us on all your social media at Politics as Usual Talk, all the social media platforms. This is a little different tonight for the first time in the show's history. My main man, Pots and Pans partner, Adam Carter, is now with us. First, the Fat Boys breakup, Fuji's breakup, EPMD breakup, and now Politics as Usual is broken up. He has left us to do a golf podcast. I'm going to stick with the hoops now. He is very ill, so make sure you send some good energy and vibes up to Mr. Adam Carter. He called us yesterday, um, dealing with some health issues, things going around. But my man, get well tonight, and I hope you're doing better. You say in the family. A lot of basketball stuff. We missed the last couple weeks, but we're back in the groove. But I got to start with some sneaks of the week. A couple of weeks ago, I picked up these. I've been wanting these for a minute. These are the Adidas AE Anthony Edward One Nick's gift. This is his best friend's silhouette, and I went out there and covered Nick and got to talk to him about this shoe. This is one of the top shoes of the year. Adidas has been killing all the colorways of the AE1. One more time, I love this blue. That's a smooth silhouette there. So that is, and it's mad comfortable too for you ballers. I don't ball anymore. I just wear sneakers to stunt now. But if you hooping, these are some good ones to get. And shout out to Anthony Edwards and the team at Adidas and Bell and Alex and the team at Pitchblend for bringing me out there to hang with the Timberwolves. Yeah, so tonight we're going to do things a little differently, and we do have a distinguished guest that will be bringing in Miss Janelle Moore. She is a analyst for the Golden State Warriors. She writes for Mercury News of the Bay Area News Group. You can see her work at ESPN's Inscape. She is a novelist, author, also covering NFL as well. So she knows her stuff about the NBA and the NFL. And I'm so glad to have her on tonight with us to talk about what's happening in the Bay, the Golden State area. So tonight's guest, we have Miss Janelle Moore. Miss Moore, how are you tonight?
I'm fine. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad. I thank you for allowing me to stalk you on uh, Twitter, formerly, well, I'm of the Twitter age. It's called X now, and so glad to connect with you. Been reading your stuff for a while, so I'm so glad to get you on there to talk some hoops because we have one thing in common that I noticed. We struggle with some of Steve Kerr's decision making, and I'm a Sixers fan, as you probably can see, but I
Hmm.
struggled with your coach during the Olympics of him not putting Tatum in. That was driving me crazy. If you look at all of my text tweets, anything I put up in July, I was done with Steve Kerr. And I see a lot of that happen this season. There's some frustration playing 14 guys at a time. Tell me, am I crazy or what is Steve Kerr doing with the rotations out there?
He's experimenting like he always does. He likes to experiment, and he's just trying to find combinations that fit. And at first, uh, they wanted to find a shooting guard that kind of supplements what they lost in Clay.
Mm,
And they had that with D'Anthony Melton, but he got injured. So now you have more of a revolving door, um, so to speak. And playing 13 and 14 guys is sustainable if you're winning, but then again, is it really sustainable? And you have to look into the strengths and the weaknesses of these numbers. I mean, let's be real. This isn't Iguodala. This isn't Barbosa. This isn't
Mm.
Maurice Spates. You know, and yeah, he's trying to do the best he can with that, unless they could strike up a trade before the February deadline.
Yeah. Speaking of trades, how are you feeling about some of these potential rumors or the rumors, the potential trade? What do you think about a fit from Jimmy Butler?
I think it's all BS
Oh,
because that the Warriors have a tendency to be linked to these names,
uh,
and it makes it seem like the front office is trying to maximize Steph Curry's prime, but it all falls apart, or they were never close. And there's speak from the front office, like, making trades hard and all this other stuff. If they don't end up making a marginal move, they'll probably stand put. And I
mm,
expect them to do that this deadline. I don't think anything will change in that regard. And they tend to overvalue some of the young pieces.
mm. Overvaluing the young pieces. So, what is your view on this Jonathan Kaminga situation? You watch him up close. Is he a legitimate second star next to Steph, or does Kerr feel that, or is it a front office thinks it and Kerr doesn't? Is it that kind of situation out there?
Um, I wrote about it, and my article just came out today, and I really think that it's a challenge. It's a challenge to Kaminga because Kaminga thinks that he can be a star, a superstar, and now they're giving him more minutes out of desperation
Mm,
because they're looking for that second option and not wanting to give away what assets they have.
mm,
So they're putting him out here. Draymond goes to the bench, and this is just to see what they have. Either they have a second option in house, or they have a trade piece.
what
This is
what
a
do you
challenge that the Warriors front office can't lose.
what do you think about Draymond going to the bench? Do you think is that a Draymond volunteering front office or Kerr? What do you how are you reading that?
Kerr ran the ideal for Draymond to do it. Excuse me, I got my dog yapping here. Um, this was Kerr's idea, but Draymond was with it because Draymond is a winner, and he
Yeah.
would want to do anything and everything he could to win. So he wasn't going to grumble for it. And plus, this is what happened with him. How can he be? How can he push back on something that benefited him? Remember, he succeeded David Lee.
It's right. David Lee's good too. I like David Lee's game.
So, and that's what Draymond's point was. He was cool with it, but he also issued a challenge. If Kaminga is next, like the front office think he is, or Draymond or the team think he is, this is the time to prove it.
Mm,
And this will get, if anything else, it'll give closure because during his earlier years, he's been jerked around with minutes. And people just are high on
yeah,
his potential
yeah.
about him being the next Kawhi and all of this crap.
Thanks.
Now is the time to prove it.
Do you think they
And
pushed
plus,
Kerr in the
he's up
corner?
for he's up for an extension in the summer.
Do
They
you
did. They didn't really come to an agreement during the extension deadline. So here we are.
do you think uh he has a good chip? Well, a lot is riding on him, as you said. They can't afford to lose the challenge. A lot is riding on Kaminga to really have a good season to get that contract. Do you think that's part of him getting new minutes? Because Kerr was doing whatever for him
Yes,
last year.
yes. We're going to see what he can do with consistent minutes. Now he's getting 30 plus minutes now. And the only reason why Draymond started against Minnesota on Sunday was because Andrew Wiggins was injured.
Ah, yeah, yeah. He
But see,
even
but here's the thing also. Their best lineups is with Draymond at small ball five, but at a generous 6'6",
Mm,
And with the back issues and the calf issues, we want to have as many as less time at center as possible.
yeah.
Me personally, I think that the Warriors could benefit with having a stretch five. But
Yeah.
where they're gonna find that? Will they find that in some of the pieces that's out there now for trade? I'm not so sure. I don't know.
I would have
But
pulled that trigger for marketing. I thought that would have been a perfect
Marketing
fit.
was a mirage.
Another one, you so we're outside of the bubble. So all they doing is tricking us with all these trade rumors, marketing. I know that LeBron was a mirage, but marketing and all this other
They
like when they was
wasn't. They were not close on a deal for marketing. Not by a
wow.
long shot. Ainge was playing games like he always do.
I was like, what? I would have pulled the trigger, and so it wasn't even close. And there was another one out there. Who else? Were they? Paul George. They were linked to.
Paul George, it was really close, but see, the Clippers did not want to deal with Golden State. That's how that one fell apart. Cause
Hmm.
Steph and Draymond was on board on getting him, and the Warriors did do their diligence and they did try everything to get him, but the Clippers traded him east. They was not going to trade him to a
Yeah,
rival.
yeah, yeah. So, wow. So what is with all this going on? How is Steph? He's playing great, but he's
Mhm.
in age. So how is he? What's his like vibe with the team now? Is he being tricked by this, as you say, this mirage of trying to improve the
But see,
team?
what people don't realize with Steph is that he does have input into what the front office does.
Mhm.
He has that, but he's not going to wield his power like other superstars do, and he just want to win and just stay out of
Sure.
stay out of it as much as possible. That's not to say that he don't want input. He and Draymond has input, but they don't want to really exert it.
Mm.
So
I'll be over there exerting. See, that's why I don't got no input now. But tell me about their chances in the NBA Cup. What do you think? How do you think they'll fare?
they have a good chance as any, but they have to one. They have to kind of decide on is it worth it.
Mm.
And I'm not even a fan of this crap anyway.
What, you don't like the Super Cup?
It's
We
nothing but it's to me it's gimmicky. The only trophy that matters is the Larry O'Brien.
I get the. You don't like the floors?
No, the floors look like shit.
Do you think? Let's speak about that. Do you think it's a? Is this a ploy? Is this another mirage by Silver?
No, it's a gimmick by Silver.
For you think for the streaming rights and all
This
that?
whole tournament is gimmicky.
You don't think we'll stick around 20 years from now and we'll be talking about it?
No, because the only trophy that matters is the Larry O'Brien.
Mm.
Think about it. Okay, you win the cup, and I think it's like what the final game don't even count toward the regular season,
That's
and
insane.
the winner only gets a $500,000, and you have to split it probably. I mean, what real incentive is there now? If you get some real incentives in there, then maybe it'll mean something more than a trip to Vegas.
Yeah, you got a point. You got to put him at that Larry O'Brien. That Larry O'Brien. But I wanna transition from the NBA to the WNBA, and I see with the Golden State Valkyries will be making their debut in March. Look, in May, just looked up that schedule, and no, I see you with your Oakland A's. I was a big Oakland. I'm a Ricky Henderson guy. So how is the city feeling about that transition by the Oakland A's?
Or I guess there's a lot of them are pretty feel some type of way about it, but on the other hand, I mean, I feel for Oakland.
Yeah,
They lost everybody.
yeah. Yeah, they did too. Jeez.
They lost everybody, and I feel for
Raiders.
them economically.
Mm.
And for those real diehards, I remember when the Hornets first left for New Orleans. Yeah, I'm in North Carolina, by the way.
Oh,
When I remember when the Hornets first left, Charlotte kindly, I wouldn't say fell off because the Panthers were here, but
yeah,
it was a void there. But
yeah.
with that need, they was able to get their franchise and their history back.
Mm,
So I know how that feels when
yeah.
a franchise leaves.
And yeah, you said that like everyone leaves, like the Raiders, the
The
A's,
Raiders, the A's, and the Warriors.
and now the Warriors. Now geographically, explain to us who may not know where they used to play and where they are now. How far is that from Oakland or San Fran?
They used to play in Oracle,
Yeah,
okay? And Oracle was in Oakland, and they
in
moved
Oakland.
to the Chase Center in 2019, just to San Francisco
Okay. And so,
in the
wow.
Mission District.
Uh, but speaking of Oakland, tell me about how you were part of getting that name for the Valkyries.
Well, it was a crew of us. It was me and three other guys. You know, we was just thinking of names, and we knew that it was they wanted to, I guess, pair with the Warriors since they owned by the same people. And
Hmm.
was just thinking of warrior women, and Valkyries came up because of you know the movie, and I looked it up, and it was a Greek. I mean, it was a Norse mythology type deal, and they are the choosers of the slain, and they've been
Mm.
depicted with horses and swords, and we just thought it was cool.
Ah, that's a cool name. Listen, how excited are y'all to get that WNBA team out there?
Very excited. I can't wait to see them in action. They got some pretty good pieces in the expansion draft.
Hmm.
Um, Martin from Vegas. See,
Yes.
what people don't realize is that Martin and their coach Natalie were in Vegas together.
Mm.
So there's some familiarity there. And Timmy, I can't wait to see her play.
Yeah.
You know, the fever left her unprotected. That was a shocker right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Will you be covering them?
We'll see. I want to. Should I help name them?
Yeah, I thought you was in there after that. You going down in the record books. But I want to thank you for your time tonight. But before we let you go, please tell us what you got going on. Anything I may have missed, all the social medias. Where can we find you? And I know you can. Y'all better follow her on X in the middle of the game, giving commentary that I'm watching all the time, cracking me up. Tell us where we can find you.
You can find me. You can still find me on X at Janelle 12. You can find me on Instagram uh, as Writer Diva, and that's about all.
And all your especially your at where's your latest piece get published today? I gotta make
At the
sure I get it.
Mercury, I wrote
At
about
the
Kaminga the day for the Mercury.
gotta make sure y'all get that on the Mercury. I'm a subscriber reading that every time you drop one. So Miss Moore, thank you so much for your
Oh,
time and making
oh,
it
no
happen with your camera.
problem.
Listen, and when y'all win that Super Cup, I'm gonna bring you back on because I know you're gonna have a championship shirt on. Everything
No,
changed
I
when
ain't
you
celebrating that. And if it was up to the players, they wouldn't celebrate it either because it ain't in June,
right
and
about
they
listen.
know it.
Right about that. Ain't nothing like winning in June. Listen, thank you for your time and thank you for being with us tonight.
All right,
Have a good one.
all right, you too.
That is Janelle Moore, the one and only. Listen, make sure you go to Mercury, read her great insight, great writer, but make sure you follow her on Twitter for some in-game commentary. She be letting it go out there. So I don't got a stat of the week. I don't got a real or fugazi. I'm out here lost. Adam just left me hanging. He's supposed to be a dynamic duo. I was Robin, he was Batman. I was Lady Gaga. He was the Joker. What? But make sure y'all check us out on all the social medias tonight. But I do have a shout out. I want to shout out my grandmother, Miss Maddie Grove, who celebrated her 89th birthday. So shout out to you, Grandma. She was the first person to invest in me being a sneakerhead. Oh, I could talk her into getting me all kind of stuff. Y'all should have seen me in 11th grade with 35 pairs of sneakers in my room. So shout out to you, Grandma. We all got to hang out with her and King of Prussia. Some of us. It was just good seeing everybody. So you'll catch us next week. We have another guest on that we're excited about. AC will be back. And make sure you check us out and follow us at Politics as Usual Talk. Make sure you share, like, subscribe. Subscribe. We need y'all subscribing on YouTube. Help us get those numbers up so I can start advertising can openers and hangers. I need to be putting those so I can say follow that in my link in the bio. I want to start doing that so we gotta get these numbers up. Again, thank you for your support and y'all have a good night. Say something smart. 765 is the other number.
Came here to take over the game. Yeah. Stout. Still. You know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. To us it's a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them up facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love so they show us love back. Yeah. And been worthy like